They've been waiting for it. We have the N55 intake going on my BMW 335 with, of course, the N55 engine. Super excited to get this thing installed. This is from Berger Motorsports, so you know it's going to be high quality. And if you guys are interested in grabbing this cold air intake for your BMW 335 with the N55, make sure to click the link down below. Extreme Powerhouse hooked us up with an affiliate code for you guys, so click the link down below to grab yours. And Extreme Powerhouse has a ton of performance parts like this for BMWs and other cars. So I do have an affiliate code that helps the channel out and helps me to create more content and videos like this for you guys. So I'd appreciate the support. If you were interested in grabbing a part like this or other parts for your BMW, go ahead and click the link down below. That helps support. Thanks so much. Let's jump into the install. So let's go ahead and get this thing open. I'm super excited about this. I had got sent on accident the wrong intake, and it's a confusion in shipping, but now we finally have the new intake piece for it, and we also have the supporting parts that we need to go on to install this onto my BMW. Let me grab the filter, which I already have. Look at this thing. This is a nice, beautifully colored blue air intake filter. So I'm super excited to get this stuff unpackaged and see what it really looks like. This should be a super straightforward and easy install. I believe it is only a couple of Phillips heads that we need and a couple clips and whatnot to swap in and out, maybe an 8mm or so. But let's get this stuff unwrapped and get a good look at it. And here it is, all unwrapped. This thing is absolutely beautiful. I love the material. The black looks really nice on this plastic. I don't know if it's ABS or whatnot, but it feels super solid and sturdy. We got all the additional plugins that we need and the ports that we need. I believe there's something here that we have to adjust for if it is automatic or manual, but we'll get to that point when we start the install. The filter just plugs right on here and tightens down with this clamp, this worm gear clamp. I believe that is an 8mm clamp there, and pushes over top of this, and then we have the same thing. Uninstall this clamp here, pop this clip on here. A couple little things to do here, but overall this looks really high quality. Super excited. Let's go ahead and start the install. We're going to start by opening up the engine bay, of course. Let's pop the hood, and now you can see the boring stock engine bay, which will look completely different after this quick install. Super excited. We're gonna start by removing the intake, which is super simple. All we need to do is pull off a couple quick things, starting with this 6mm worm clamp right here. Just like that. That is loose and off. Then you come to this little rubber grommet. You just pull up and over, so that is released. Disconnect the mass airflow sensor, which is just a quick pop clip. Push down on the center and pull out. I don't know why it's wrapped in plastic, but that is a problem and a solution for another day. I bought it like that. Disconnect the top of the air filter, which is just 3 of these. They're pretty tight. Just push on that. Should be, I think, 4, but we're missing 1, so that's okay. Go ahead and lift up. And then we should just be able to, simple as that, at least on the manual. I believe the automatic might be a little different. We have this little bung here, but just release it from the hose here. And that is it. Your stock intake can come out. We won't be needing this air filter anymore because we have our own. So go ahead and remove this. It's a good thing we're swapping this because that thing is pretty dirty. You can see this side nice and clean, and this side where it matters. Oh, and it's super brittle. Just cracked right in half. So not only are we doing a performance upgrade, we're also doing a maintenance item as well. As for this box, some people leave these in place. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'll probably end up leaving it in place, but you do want to make sure you clean out all the dirt and whatnot that's in the air box here. But if you do want to remove this, it's just 2, I guess, rubber grommets here that just pull up. And that comes out just like that. It's not held in by anything but a few rubber grommets. So as we're installing, I'm trying to figure out what this piece is right here. And this came in a little package. So I believe I saw one video where it connects to this clip, but I have another connection or bracket that I saw another connects to this Torx bolt right here. So I believe this Torx bolt comes out and it secures through that bolt right there. So I'll have to take this out, put this onto the intake and then put this bolt back in, and that's what holds it in place securely and firmly right there. I also think I'm going to leave this connected, this rest of the intake here in place. Uh-oh, that would have been rattling all over. Another thing to note, we do need to take these off. So, I believe you just take it and then push it down. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Okay, I can't do it with one hand. So we should just be able to take this and push it down. Okay, I had to bend a little bit, but we got this clip off, and we can actually take all clips off. So let's throw this bottom box back in. I do have to clean it, but I don't have my cleaning tools here right now at my house. So let's go ahead and chuck this back in. Make sure it lines up with the grommets. So we'll put the box back in for now. Now let's get this bracket installed on this thing here that holds that together. Okay, we got the bracket installed on the intake, so it looks something a little bit like this. So it should come on the car just like that. Let's go ahead and put the air intake filter on, and then we'll start transferring over everything else that we need to transfer, and we'll do a little comparison. Like I said before on the automatic versus manual, so automatics have this vacuum port that goes from here and connects to the rest of the car, but manuals, as you see on this stock one, have a block off. So this block off here, I was trying to get it out, but I couldn't get it out. However, there's a hole here, but they had sent with the kit, which I didn't even realize, a complete kit to even finish off the vacuum port. So they send both of these, one with a grommet with an open hole that plugs right in, and then you use this vacuum port to connect the other end of the car. But like I said, I have the manual. So they sent this nice little convenient rubber grommet that slides right in and blocks it off nice and neat without even having to transfer over this old stock piece that I literally could not even get out by hand. So let's go ahead and plug this piece into this vacuum port right here. And there we go, just like that, the block off for the vacuum for manual cars has been completed. The last thing to swap over is the mass airflow sensor. That is just 2 Phillips head screws right here. Okay, I don't know if it was supposed to be that difficult to screw these back in, but I guess, I mean, it worked. It's tight. But I guess make sure you have some sort of power tool, light duty power tool, to screw this in to the sensor back into the mass airflow sensor. So the last thing I think we need to do is remove this bolt on this end right here, which is this one. So let's go ahead and get that out, and then from there we can go ahead and install the new intake. I don't like how my Torx fit that, and I don't want to strip it, so we're going to use a hex socket, and it is a size 13. So here is them side by side, everything completely swapped over. As you can see, the stock intake is a straight tube all the way down, no room for extra increase in airflow, and then the stock air filter from factory is probably, I'm guessing, pretty restrictive, hence why this one adds more airflow and increases performance gains. As you can see on the Burger Motorsports tuning, cold air intake tube, it comes in and it widens out for more airflow, and it stays wide as it comes through into this section that needs to be narrow to clear the other parts of the engine, but then it comes back in and it increases diameter like crazy here. So as it comes through off into where the actual filter section is, it gets really big, nice and wide, huge open air filter, which this allows for all the noises and the engine noises and the blow-off valve noises to come through this air filter, which is why it's not restricted and closed in a tight box. That is why you hear so much more noise when you install an open air filter like this. So not only does it increase performance, but also it makes it sound a lot better, and it will allow the engine to breathe better and healthier. So let's go ahead and finally chuck in our brand new Burger Motorsports cold air intake. Here we go, we're dropping this sucker in to the engine bay. Super excited about this. First, we'll get it into the tube section right here. Make sure it's fully seated on the back side and on the front. So we'll push it in. Once that piece is on, just like that, We'll then be able to push this grommet and secure that down. Kind of had to perform a CPR on this grommet to get it to fully seat, but I think we got it all the way in there. Tighten down your worm gear clamp, make sure it sits right in between where it's supposed to go. Don't go too tight, you don't want to crack that, it's just plastic. Now we're gonna line up this little section here with this bolt that we took out. Put this back in. It does barely reach, so you have to kind of give it a little bit of a push, but we'll just get that. Just like that, not doing anything more. Now the last piece to the puzzle is our mass airflow sensor, which again looks like booty cheeks, but that's all right. We'll fix this and cover this up, either take this off and put some new black covers around it, but for now we'll just bring it this way. Has to plug in just like this. Push that mass airflow sensor on, and that's it. It's clicked in just like that. Another reason, which I don't think I mentioned, why we're keeping the bottom of the airbox is because in the bottom back of the airbox there is a routing right down here that comes out and then routes around right to here where breathes in more airflow. So that routes to the bottom, and it also cools this down. I don't know exactly how it redirects or directs the airflow, but it does look like it's routed that way for a reason. So we're gonna leave the bottom of that airbox there. We do need some maintenance, like an oil filter housing gasket and probably a valve cover, but we'll address those either later in this video or at another time. And don't mind our little newspaper wiring for the airflow sensor, but this is the final results with the new air intake. Only one thing left to do, and that is to start it up, give it a few revs, showcase the before and afters, drive it around town a little bit, enjoy it, and show you guys what this thing really sounds like. Okay, same angle, engine is open. Whoa! Same angle, engine is open, and should be a pretty good comparison before and after. So this is gonna be the after. This is gonna be the startup first, then we're gonna give it a few revs, we're gonna compare the before and afters, and then we're gonna take it for a little drive and hopefully hear more blow-off valve, spoolie noises, and all the good things. So super excited, let's go ahead and start it up. I'll let it warm up a little bit and then we'll give it a few revs. So far I heard a little bit of difference, so I'm excited, but let's get into the drives where we can hear the real difference. Okay, well, never mind. I just listened to it back, and from the outside, you absolutely can hear a huge difference. You can definitely hear the blow-off valve a little bit more. You can hear the boost. You can hear it spooling a little bit more. So super excited about that. That sounds really good. Can't hear it as much from the inside, but I think once the engine is shut, especially with the GTS style hood, we do have the vent up top, so you'll be able to hear it a little bit more than maybe other cars that don't have that. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let's shut down the hood. Hopefully it doesn't hit. I don't think it will, but let's go ahead and shut down the hood and go for a drive. Okay, let's hopefully hear some more of the intake noise. First test, first gear. Definitely hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'll probably have to hook up the mics, but honestly, when people do that, I find that it's not really a super accurate version of what it sounds like, because nobody's going to have their head in the engine bay while you're driving the car, so it doesn't really sound like that. which I've done that with a car before. It sounds really sick on video, but in real life, it doesn't sound that aggressive. Second gear, I heard it a little bit there too. Yep, you can hear it. Oh yeah, you can hear a lot of it. You can definitely hear it. I hope it's not too obnoxious. I don't know. I think it sounds pretty cool. You can hear it building up too. You can hear it building boost, which is pretty cool. Never been able to hear that before. Yeah, you can hear it a lot. The car is definitely waking up. When we get the rest of the parts on and the tune and everything, this thing is going to be a real beast. We're about to do another pretty good little pull here. Hopefully there's no eagle watchers. That's my code word for them. Eagle watchers. How's my hair look, by the way? Is it doing? I'm trying to go for a little fake mullet kind of deal. Here we go. Second gear. Definitely hear it more, that's for sure. I don't know how well you guys can hear it, but it's pretty cool. Let's do one more, fully windows closed. Yeah, you can definitely hear it more. That's sick. And on the rev match downshift. Oh! Oh, we're getting all kinds of turbo noises now. Yeah! That's cool. I hope you guys can hear it as well as I can in real life. That is sick. Let's try this angle as well. See if we can get some more sound clips away from the window. Oh! Mustang sounded horrible. Listen to this. Oh, yeah, buddy. Got a lot more. That is sick, guys. I can make it loud if I want, or I can keep it pretty tame if I'm not driving crazy, which is really nice. So if you just drive, you know, slow, just low RPMs, you don't hear anything crazy. And then if you do a little rev match downshift, those were kind of crappy, but yeah, you can hear it. Sounds nice. So I'm going to go and enjoy the car some more and give it a car wash. There's a bunch of bird crap all over the hood, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this install. Once again, thank you to Extreme Powerhouse. Make sure to click the link down below. Use that affiliate link, and it helps support me to do more videos and content and installs like this that hopefully help you guys and, help support me to make more stuff like this. So hope you enjoyed this one. Please hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to check out some more content like this, check out the main channel over at Simple Builds Note 2, and that'll be more content just like this, as well as the main video coming out for this thing with the full final episode 4 build with all the parts going on all together. So if you enjoy content like this, subscribe there, subscribe here, and yeah, thanks for tuning in. See you guys in the next one.